Alright, we're calling the Town of St. Croix Falls Plan Commission to order. Evidence of proper notice.
The notice was published in the Intercounty Leader on October 30th, and the agenda was posted on the website in the at the town hall, on the town's website, and here at the town hall on November 8th.
Alright, join me in the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
When you stand up fast.
Roll call, please.
Jeremy Appel.
Here.
Dave Berg.
Here.
Stacy Bergman.
Here.
Rick Hatzmark.
Here.
Gus Kecker.
Here.
Kevin Rector, absent. Frank Benning.
Here.
Mike Dorsey.
Present. You guys have had a chance to look at the agenda. I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Everybody in favor? Opposed? Alright, you guys have a chance to look at the meetings from our last meeting on 9/11.
I approve the minutes from 9/11.
Alright, is there a second?
I'll second.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next item is town zoning ordinance amendments. Whoops, sorry, public comment. Thanks, Frank. Does anybody in the audience have a comment you'd like to make?
I own the land.
Did you
All of
guys
it?
both sign in?
I didn't, no, I didn't, I will.
Okay.
I don't know, as a realtor, when we can encourage people to develop things and, not untethered, but, in sequence with what else is happening, I think it's a good idea, so
Okay.
that's what I know.
And I'm the one that's looking at buying it, so I just wanted to be here to answer any questions if you have them.
Okay.
So really, they'll be back when they do their special exception if this all goes through. This is
Okay.
to amend the ordinance,
So we can entertain
so it's
them
something they can
at the end
pursue.
of the billing. Alright. Thank you for your comments. Item 6, town zoning ordinance amendments with 2 additions to the commercial districts for special exceptions, consisting of, item 1 is retail of sheds, mobile homes, manufactured homes, and modular homes. That they provide a permanent structure for retail, sales and business should be located on the property.
I'm sorry, you said you opened the public hearing, right?
No, I did not.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
reading it first.
Oh, okay.
Item 2 is any other uses similar in character to the permitted commercial uses in the manufacture or treatment of products clearly incidental to the conduct of the retail business on the property. Provided a permanent structure for the retail sales and business shall be located on the property. So we'll open the public hearing, so if you guys have further input you'd like to say, that'd be fine. You guys got anything else you wanna mention or say? Alright, so we can close our public hearing. You guys have discussion. Let's start with item 1.
So what is it, what are we adding?
We're adding we're adding two new,
So right now, none of these
Special-
are essentially even allowed, period.
technically the storage sheds, but this is spelling it out better. That's why we threw the storage sheds in here. With this one.
Yeah, haven't we ran into this where they're having like a storefront in one of the storage buildings?
Yeah, they're using the storage
That's
shed a couple
why-
of
We
times.
did at one point.
That is why it's suggested in each of these that are proposed is that they have to have a business located in a permanent structure on the property.
Well, they could sell, but they just couldn't have a office.
They need an office there in order to sell.
That's what this is.
That's what's being proposed.
Like a permanent office, remember we dealt with
Right,
some
right.
where they
Oh,
were
yeah, I
dealing with
remember.
a
Yeah.
temporary shed as the office to do their business.
If you put this through as it reads,
what happens to the people in the town that are currently selling the shed, like the garden style sheds? Will they then have to build an office space?
Well, there's only one and they have, that was part of that one where it fits, they live there. So they have they're not doing business in the sheds, they're doing business at their home, so it's a kind of a,
Okay,
so there isn't a situation in the town right now.
okay,
That was a home occupation.
Yeah.
all right.
So then this will lead to following commercial
Design
design
guidelines, yep.
guidelines.
When they
along
build,
with-
yep. And then the second one is kind of, because we don't have anything, and again, the board recommended that these be special exceptions, so they have to come in and apply for a special exception. But if it's something retail and similar to another business, because I get phone calls, and if I can't fit it into something like this particular one, it's kind of giving them an option. You know, I always check with Adam, but, I mean, I get, everything's so specific in our
You just
uses.
have a list of items, and if it doesn't hit
Yeah,
one of those
yep.
items, then it's.
Like this particular one didn't, even though there used to be two businesses back in the 1990s, I think, or earlier.
Number 2 seems a little wordy.
I checked with Adam, I did take these, yep, I agree.
I don't know how-
Attorneys do, they wordy.
Well, no, he
Usually
didn't,
Adam can
Adam
usually narrow it
didn't,
down a little bit
this
more
came
than-
from the city, I think. Cause the county did not have a mobile, they didn't have one
So
for
how
any
can we
of
make it
these.
more understandable?
That Adam could work on, if he.
We, theoretically, you could just say any other uses similar in character to the permitted, or special exception uses. Period.
The use, is number 2 talking about the use for number 1? Or is it all
They're
separate?
two separate items.
So basically, we're opening it up for any kind of business that wants to come in.
Pretty much
On
after
a
we spent
retail.
years.
Not
Yeah,
really, because
no.
it still has to be similar to one of our items on the list.
Okay.
How does it say that? Being similar.
Similar in
Similar
character to
in
the-
character to permitted commercial uses. So if it's similar to any of the listed permitted ones,
And you maybe
not
don't,
exactly that word,
That sounds
Yeah.
like gray
you
area.
could
to
come in
me.
and say, hey, I'm sort of like them,
But
but
it is a
not
little
quite.
bit, you know.
the other problem is then I'm getting beat up by people, like the bike place that came into Bergman's and, you know, I took a lot of heat from the property owner and the person who wanted to do it because it wasn't listed.
Yeah,
They just
why
didn't wanna
can't
wait to
this
go through the
And they
fit?
didn't wanna
Is it
wait,
still
I
in
called
common?
Adam as soon as I got off the phone, even though he hung up the phone and said, I don't wanna do business in your town. And called Mike.
Okay, we don't like that either.
No, I
obviously.
mean, and I'm the one who takes it all, and like I said, I'm just throwing it out
You got
there.
big shoulders.
Well, no, I don't. No, I don't like that.
No, and you shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have.
No.
But, so this would, if it's similar in use, it would come to the plan commission.
Right, this isn't something we're gonna
Yeah.
just
So-
allow it to go
No.
through.
Yeah,
No.
It still has to be
come here,
approved, so
so-
that's
Right.
fine.
Yeah,
Just
so that would
keep
be
it
fine.
vague, and
Yep.
if it's
Yeah.
something weird like adult bookstore, we can just say no.
Well, and we have another part in our ordinance that kind of touches on some of that stuff.
Yeah, we got safe halls for all that.
So,
Yeah, that's-
Okay.
go ahead.
so if you guys wanted to simplify it, we could just say, any other uses similar in character to the permitted, commercial, or special exception uses, provided a permanent structure for the retail, sales, and business shall be located on the property. So you can kind of delete that.
That would probably make sense,
Middle
because yeah,
sentence.
manufacture or treatment of products clearly incidental to the, yeah, I don't think you know that.
Okay.
I copied that from another ordinance, that was not Adam.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, but
That
I
was
mean,
just
what they're-
something, a starting point.
What they're trying to do is keep it as narrow as possible, so you keep some of the vague out of it, and you can broaden this a little bit. It'll come to you guys and the town board before we get approved anyway, so.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm fine with the language as is or with that deleted from a
Why
legal
did we years
perspective.
ago narrow it all down?
What's that?
Why did we years ago narrow it all down? Because the state made us have a list of permitted uses?
We used to
Is
have
that what that
anything
was?
that's not permitted as a special exception, and then the state came back and said, you have to have more specific, more specific. And that's why we went to listing uses.
Yeah, I mean, part of the problem is, or not problem, but part of the issue is that if you list something as a special exception, then
It's harder.
the property owner has a kind of a right, so long as they can prove that they can meet the conditions and the conditions have to be reasonable, they have a right to have it granted.
Okay, I just can't remember why we.
And so
where all that was.
we took some of that broader language off the table
Yep.
in order to give you guys a little bit more control.
Okay.
Any more discussion?
So just for clarification then, just so anybody that still wants to do business on Highway 8 to sell anything must do it in a storefront, whether it has to be built or is already on the property.
That's what's
And if
being
that
proposed.
storefront has to be built, then it has to follow commercial design guidelines.
That's what I heard.
Okay, just so everybody's clear.
Any other comments? Rick looks like one's brewing in there.
Well, I'm just kind of curious, I mean, if, somebody wanted to sell Christmas trees out here on Highway 8.
That's a vendor permit because it's only limited time.
Seasonal.
It's not year round. Same with the corn stands and the,
Right.
$30.
yeah,
30 bucks.
25 or, yeah.
We added that years ago because they wanted to do donuts or something.
Yep, some of,
Yeah.
yep, and they even sell some crafts and stuff. I mean, you know, it's just,
All right.
All right, somebody wanna make a recommendation to the town board?
I don't know how, can we just say how it was strike through, number 2? I mean,
No, we're not gonna strike all the number two.
No, I know.
So just put Adams with Adams
As
provisions
amended.
or
Yeah.
as amended.
I'll read it one more time and then if somebody wants to make a motion based on it. So
Please do.
here's how I have number 2 reading now. Any other uses similar in character to the permitted or special exception uses in the commercial district, provided a permanent structure for the retail, sales, and business shall be located on the property.
I would make a motion to approve number 1 as written and number 2 as described by Adam.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second.
was that Gus? I'm sorry, I wasn't
Yep,
looking.
that was Gus.
Okay.
Roll call?
All right. Gus,
Aye.
Frank,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Mike.
Aye. All right. You guys have any public comments now? All right, so it'll go to the town board next week and we'll see what happens there.
Days are easier than 4, so.
Sometimes.
So
All right.
the process is then, at that point, you vote on it with the whole, or how does that work? No? Just happens?
Next, the 20th will be the first reading. Then in December will be the second reading and adoption. And because it's a zoning ordinance amendment, it has to go to the county to be ratified and approved. And then once they do, I will do my publication and everything, so once they approve it, then you can apply. And then whatever that next meeting is for the plan commission, you know, there's gotta be enough time for all the public notices and everything. And then it would be brought
And the
back.
county is just kind of a stamp on it, basically? They
Kind of, but it's just law, it's just state law.
but they don't have any way to say no to?
No,
They
can stop it,
they
but
could,
don't.
but they,
They don't?
yeah, they
They
never have.
in
They- I
20
mean-
years.
Okay. Just wanting to know the process, that's all.
You're paving the way.
They put it on what they call their consent agenda and it just gets passed through.
Okay.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you. Anybody have any other business that you'd like to talk about?
So that would be the December meeting too.
Oh, it'll be after the new year.
Yeah, so
we'll
the
be
first reading will be
here, yeah.
next week, right?
It'll be January.
I'm thinking the earliest would be
reading will be
January, and I
next
kinda
week
think February, because the county takes off a month takes
Yeah,
off a
it won't
month
be till
over the
after the
holidays,
meeting.
don't they? Or they have in the past,
Have no
so,
idea.
yeah. Yeah.
So November, your first reading be November, second reading December, and then the county would get it probably in January.
Yep, and there is one other one floating out there, depending on when I get the application, for a special exception amendment and commercial design guidelines. We've approved the commercial design guidelines, but they want to change what was approved.
Do we still have until next, or like the day after your town board meetings to get stuff in? Is that all?
But I kind of don't think they're in a hurry, because they're not going to do it until, and they only want to come in once, till next spring at the earliest.
So at the moment, you got anything for next month? Because I
No.
might be in Rochester.
Yeah.
Alright, I don't have any updates on anything. Somebody wanna make a motion, whoops, yeah, we don't have anything else on here, right?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, somebody wants to make a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second?
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you everyone for coming.
Janet, procedurally, once that's adopted and you